accused of recklessly driving a golf cart that 21-year-old Tucker Berry of Lockwood was riding on. Prosecutors say Cullen was speeding, swerving, and racing another one of their coworkers after consuming alcohol when Berry fell from the back of the cart and hit his head on the pavement and died a short time later. Life in prison awaits a man from southeast Kansas. 43-year-old Cullen Gepford of Arma found guilty of murdering 51-year-old David Mays of Weir back in February of 2023. Gepford also sentenced for several other charges related to the incident. He will not be eligible for parole until he's 100. Your news, a service of Galena Liberty Pawn. Sell your unwanted gold and silver direct to the refiner for top dollar. They also sell gold and silver bullion. Galena Liberty Pawn, 708 South Main, Galena, Kansas. When you see news, call or text our tip line at 417-782-1310. For News Talk KZRG, I'm Ty Albright on KIX 102.5.
We'll see mostly sunny skies today with highs in the mid-70s. Mostly clear skies tonight with lows in the upper 40s. Sunshine, low 70s for Friday. Rain moving in overnight on Friday, sticking around Friday night and Saturday as we see a high near 72.
KIX 102.5 storm tracker radar showing a lot of clouds over the 4 states.
55 in Diamond, 61 in Pittsburgh, 59 in Joplin. To sign up for severe weather alerts, download the Zimmer Storm Center app.
Time now for the KIX Kids Pledge, being brought to you by Josh Meeker at Country Financial. Today, we're featuring Austin from Granby.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Great job, Austin. And if you'd like your kids to be in the KIX Kids Pledge, just go to the KIX website. There's a button on the main page that'll tell you how to upload your audio.
We're just 15 minutes away from your chance to guess and win the Great Plains Federal Credit Union Secret Sound.
All you have to do is be caller number 5 at 623-1025 at 720 and tell us what the sound is to win the cash.
Here's Sam Hunt
On KIX 102.5.
Good morning.
Morning.
Give me 1 second to get chat pulled up. Good morning. Happy Thursday. Megan, Christy, good morning. Major, you're actually on this morning. What?
3 days in a row?
3 days in a row. Man, what's in the water in Vegas?
Urine.
Urine, okay. Morning, Floyd. I just love that it always just spells out the emojis. Face blue smiling, face blue smiling, face blue. I can't even say it. Face blue smiling, face blue smiling, face blue smiling. How's everyone doing today? Major says, yeah, it's urine. The weenie race, the weenie 500, Floyd. Are you going to watch it? Ready for the day to begin. Today is field day for my kiddos. And then tomorrow is their last day of school. Yeah, Toy Story. Woody's new nickname. I mean, I feel like it would be entertaining at least to watch.
We're doing
A bunch of weenies race.
O'Reilly Outlaw. Okay, so I need to put that on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the school year flew by. I don't know where it went. Today is Don't Call Your Dad for My Son. Today is your son's Don't Call Your Dad Day. Morning, Sarara. How many more days of school? Addie got out yesterday. All my other grandkids get out today. They have already hit me up to stay with Mimi tonight. You can have a full house. Yeah, my kids have already been talking about wanting to go and visit the grandparents and sleepovers and all that good stuff.
Hate that.
You'll have 5 kids tonight, Christy. Holy cow. You can have your hands full. I remember as a kid, I loved having sleepovers at my grandparents' house. That was the only time I was allowed to eat those like white powder donuts. That's what they always had for breakfast at their house. And my parents never got them, but my grandparents always did.
I saw your Scott McCreary blog post. When are you doing the second
Tomorrow. 15 seconds.
one? KIX 102.5, the 4 states. Number 1 for country morning KIX with Randy and Jen, 7-Eleven.
We'll see sunshine today. Highs near 75. It is 59 in Joplin.
And we'll give you a look at the weekend's forecast in about 15 minutes.
And we're just 8 minutes away from your chance to guess and win the Great Plains Federal Credit Union Secret Sound.
All you have to do to win all the cash in the jackpot is be caller number 5 at 7:20 and tell us what the sound is.
And the cash is yours.
Here's Easton Corbin.
On the 4 states, number 1 for cash.
KIX 102.5. No more keeping track of the amount. How did we do it? Oh, we put it on our
news.
on our boot deal. No, on the calendar.
Oh, yeah. It was on the calendar. That was nice. Good morning, Joyce. How are you?
If that is your real name.
So Rah-Rah's got today and then a half day tomorrow, just like my kiddos. And how many more days till Mad Max? House full means heart is full. Ain't that the truth, Megan?
Did it send a test? I don't believe it did. Oh, there it is. So that's where we find mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
Although it doesn't show you the... Yeah, it does.
Morning, Reneka?
NECA?
Am I saying that correctly?
When you're in the shower, you're Reneka.
Neka. Get it?
I'm sending it out right now. Okay, that's done. What now?
Now you can come hang out on the chat with us.
That would be nice. I get to play?
You get to play.
Floyd, you're full of hot dogs. More storms last night. Stupid. I wasn't calling you stupid. I was just saying the storms are stupid. Well, okay, a little bit of ketchup, Christine, but just a little bit. Don't be doing no equal amount of ketchup or overloading the ketchup.
What do you like on your hot dog?
A little bit of ketchup.
And that's it?
And mustard.
A lot of mustard?
Yeah. And then dill relish, not sweet relish. Nasty, gross burgers.
So I didn't realize that this was a thing, and I don't know if she's on this morning or not, but I found out at the soccer tournament this past weekend that there are folks who like to eat mayonnaise on their hot dogs.
Stop it. Stop it.
Like,
Quit
that was the
being
thing.
gross.
That was the
No.
thing. My friend Megan likes mayonnaise, and she was not the only one.
It
One of
is
the other
not a
moms had
thing.
it. And I was like, what is going on
These
right
are
now?
people who have a genetic imbalance. The way to do a Chicago,
Kathy.
if you've ever been to Chicago and eaten their hot dog, they do green peppers, green chili peppers,
Mm-hmm.
and they do onion, a lot of chopped up onion, those peppers, and they have some, is it the liquid from the peppers that they pour onto it?
Maybe.
And then they do,
They do a sprinkle of like celery salt or something.
yeah, little sprinkle of celery salt, but there's also these little black flecks of whatever that is. Is that
Poppy
pepper?
seeds.
Yeah, poppy seeds. And they put mustard, a little bit of ketchup,
Do they have tomato slices?
and it's always dill relish. Yes, tomato slices.
So the only
That's
reason
what
I
it
know
is.
this is because Sonic had a Chicago dog at one point, and it was my favorite.
And it was very authentic.
It was good.
Very true to the Chicago, the hot dogs you buy on the streets in Chicago. Outside where I used to work in Chicago, that was what I lived on the whole time I was there. I would always go out and get lunch, and I always be working at supper. So I worked in the overnights there. So I would come in around 1 o'clock, eat lunch, go to work until supper time, run out, get a hot dog, come back in, go on the air at 10 o'clock, be done by, 2 o'clock? Yeah, my shift ended at 2 o'clock. And, of course, there weren't any out there by then, and you had to run from all the muggers anyway. So
Jeez. Now, the only way that I like to eat my hot dogs is with mustard and ketchup, or not mustard and ketchup, mustard and onions. Get
That's
a nice
good.
strip of mustard.
Dill
and
relish would fit in with all that.
No,
It would be a good blend
it's too
with
sweet.
all
I think
that.
it's too sweet.
No, not sweet relish. Dill relish. Like dill pickles.
I don't know that I've had. Have I had dill relish? I
Dill
don't
relish is like dill pickles. Tastes like that. No, I agree. Sweet relish, cannot stand it.
It's too much.
It's too much. It's like way too sweet.
And that's coming from someone who loves pickles. I
Dill
love pickles.
Not sweet pickles. I hate sweet pickles.
Like gherkins, I can't stand gherkins.
Yeah.
They just make me mad.
KIX 102.5, the 4 states #1 for country. Well,
Megan says she likes sauerkraut in her dogs. A little
Most
bit of
relish.
ketchup, a little bit of mustard and relish, dill
Yeah.
or sweet.
most relish is sweet,
Mm-hmm.
but if you you can buy specifically dill relish, and it's just like having pickles.
Yeah, dill relish I could probably get on board with because I
Good.
love mustard, pickle, and onion on like my ham sandwiches and stuff.
There
Love
you
it.
go.
Same thing.
Same.
Only way I eat hot dogs is I don't.
Kathy, if you kill it, it won't cry anymore. Just stating obvious here.
Hey, Kathy, by the way, I don't know if you heard me mention it to you yesterday, but for Honor Flight of the Ozarks, we're having a pop-up shop with like over 75 vendors, and it's going to be, what is that, June 28th, I think? And it's going to be out here in the parking lot by like Joplin Greenhouse and Food for Less. They're all like, all these businesses are getting on board to help us out with this. And I know that you've got your tumblers and you do a lot of really creative things. And so I don't know if that's something that you're interested in. But if you are, I can point you in the direction to talk with some folks if you wanted to maybe get on board with that. Mustard, onion, chili beans, and cheese. That doesn't sound awful.
No.
They actually, so we had a cookout yesterday here at work, and they had a crock pot of chili, and Mel, our engineer, was loading them up, all his chili dogs.
There's an afternoon for you.
Like, I'm going to stay out of the engineer's office for the day. Thank you, Major. Helpful. What's a long, oh wait, like cheese coney in the middle? Jimmy said, I had but long cheese coney last night with chili cheese, relish, onion, mustard.
Butt long. Butt long, Jim. Butt long.
Butt long.
Butt long. Oh, my phone finished. Let's see what happened now. It's like it resets your phone completely.
Ew, I hate that.
Yeah, that's the Z Flip 6 logo.
That would drive me nuts.
Well, it's temporary.
All right, hold on. Let me get you a link. Excuse me, a link, Kathy.
What's new?
If I can find it, hold on. Sarah says, at Sonic, I order a cheese coney with no hot dog. So you just order cheese?
And chili?
Okay, so that's the event page. Morning, Carol. That's the event page, Kathy. And if you scroll through the hosts, reach out to Jimmy Eisenman. She's the very last host on there. It says that she's hosted 14 past events. Send her a message. Let her know that I sent you her way.
15 seconds. The code word when you talk with her, Kathy, is hemoglobin.
Don't
so
listen
be
to him.
sure and
There's no
say
code
that
word.
at the beginning of all your emails. Say
Don't
hemoglobin.
do that.
KIX 102.5, the 4 states #1 for country. Morning KIX with Randy and Jen.
Really nice today. Sunshine, mid-70s. It is 59 in Joplin.
We'll give you a look at the weather forecast in just 6 minutes, but right now it is time for you to win some cash with the Great Plains Federal Credit Union Secret Sound.
We've got $227.50 that could be yours if you give me caller number 5 at 417-623-1025.
And tell us, what is this sound?
What do you think? What's that?
Be caller number 5 and tell us to win all the cash.
For the 4 states, #1 for cash.
Hi there, Morning KIX.
Caller number 1, keep trying.
Hi, Morning KIX.
Caller 2, keep trying.
Hi, Morning KIX.
Caller number 3, keep trying.
Hi there, Morning KIX.
Caller number 4, hurry up and call right back.
Hi, Morning KIX. Who is this? Hi, Morning KIX. Who is this?
Yes,
Yeah, Brendan!
Brendan from Pittsburgh, you are caller number 5. All right, Brendan, we've got $227.50 in the jackpot that could be yours.
If you can tell us what is this sound?
He says raising an extension ladder.
For $227.50, that is not it.
But we're going to put another... Yeah, but it was wrong, though, Brendan.
But we're going to put another $25 in the jackpot, making it $252.50.
And give you another chance to guess this afternoon at 4:20 with Brett James.
I'm
Thanks,
so
Brendan.
excited. You made caller 5, Brendan. Yay.
Woo-hoo. Proof it can be done.
What, Brendan? Thanks,
You too. Later.
Bye.
Stupid.
Christine
Stop.
was caller number 2.
Things are not wanting to work.
Got 45 seconds. You want more time?
Yes. I'll let you know if I get done sooner. Kind of got to fix this.
I was excited for him.
I know, but when we come in,
Morning, Riley.
I'm going to talk. Brendan from Pittsburgh. We have another mess down here. Pauses.
Morning, Melissa. Kathy, I would love it if it works out. We'd love to have you there.
Okay, I'm done.
And let me know when you message her. I don't know if it's going to go to her like other inbox that says, if you guys aren't friends or whatever. But if you let me know when you message her, I'll let her know to keep an eye out for it. All right, 9 seconds.
KIX 102.5, the 4 states number 1 for cash.
Looking for caller number 5 to guess and win the Great Plains Federal Credit Union secret sound.
Brendan from Pittsburgh, you are caller number 5. All right, Brendan, we've got $227.50 in the jackpot that could be yours.
If you can tell us what is this sound.
I think that it is raising an extension ladder.
He says raising an extension ladder.
For $227.50, that is not it.
Oh, I was confident on that one.
Yeah, but it was wrong, though, Brendan.
We're going to put another $25 in the jackpot, making it $252.50.
And give you another chance to guess this afternoon at 4:20 with Brett James.
Thanks, guys.
Fabulous, Kathy. Yeah, the other thing you can do is 624-1025. Ask for Jimmy. That's also a great option. Bye, Sorara. Have a great day. Yeah, getting into caller number 5, that's part of the challenge of Secret Sound. Oh, Megan wants to know what caused all the static yesterday.
It turned out the channel had gone bad. It's what I thought it was the sound card at first, but the channel had gone bad, so I had to replace the whole channel here.
That works fine.
Interestingly enough, though, when they restarted this machine to rule out it being the sound card failed to connect, so they had to restart it multiple times and reconnect the driver. So that is an issue thing. This is kind of nice. New thing with the phone. With a simple, especially with Windows computers and Androids now, I can simply, like any machine that I'm nearby that I'm signed into, will see my phone and I can connect. I can drag stuff in between the two. It shows it as another folder. I can
that's
play
neat.
media stuff and choose to have it. It's really, really nice. I can text when I'm on my computer at home in my studio, and rather than having to text on my phone and stuff, I can just click on that and answer real quick.
That's really
And
cool.
it pulls up any app that is on my phone and runs it on my computer within that window.
Wow.
They finally got it worked out. Windows has been working on this for like the last 5 years and had it for, I think, the last 3, and it's kind of worked and kind of not. Sometimes it would, sometimes it wouldn't. They finally got it working. You can also use your phone now as a PC webcam for like
Awesome.
Zoom meetings and stuff.
No, Randy didn't touch the wrong button this channel. Major wants to know, what do you mean by channel? What's a channel?
Okay, so channels, Major. Here. These are channels. Whoa.
Of course it changes to camera 4 when we're doing this.
Freaking out. Hold on. These are channels.
Yeah.
This is what I'm running over here.
So this is what Randy does during the show when he's over there and we're talking about pushing buttons. These are all the buttons that he has to maintain. It's a lot. Mm-hmm.
Ah! Oh, no! Oh,
Hey,
no!
okay.
What we're playing from these computers over here.
Wow, this is really a behind the scenes
And then
look.
back there is the editing software for our online videos. So we have 4 monitors right there.
So really he's got 5 monitors that he's
The
working off
radar
of.
up there.
6 if you include the radar. No, it was not on the tape. It could be. Scoot it back. You're on there you go. Now pull it forward.
Is that right? No.
That's why I said pull it forward. Because the cord was in the way. Why are you sitting so low? Why'd you face like that? Yeah, sorry about that.
No, that went the wrong way.
Look at all those buttons. Not to be confused with chickens.
What the heck? Now. Hey, it's not bad. Is that right?
Hey, good morning, Candace. She says it explains the crazy.
She's finally come on here. Are you kidding? My daughter has graced. It's not my Candace.
It is your Candace.
It is my
yeah.
Candace. My Candace.
Right.
I have papers. I can show ownership.
I love the picture of you in your firefighter uniform and holding
the
hose.
fire
That was so
hose
cool.
and everything. Interestingly enough, according to some of the other firefighters from that particular department she works at, they said that was taken seconds before it blew her back across the parking lot. So
Really?
no, I'm kidding. Maybe,
I was like,
probably. She has graced our presence.
Mm-hmm.
I got more likes on the share than you got on your post. I don't know that. For sure.
How funny would it be if she said that one comment and left and you've been talking to...
Nothing and no one.
There.
Well, it's a lot like most of the conversations I've had with her over the period of her life. So,
Remember when Melissa used to come visit and Maggie used to come visit? I know, we used to get visitors.
yeah, they all get tired of me after a while.
Yeah,
when they
that's
realize that I'm not going to give them money, they go away.
Well, we had Sarara the other
It was
day.
from training.
And she brought Maddie.
That's my daughter, Woody.
All right, 5 seconds.
KIX 102.5, the 4 states #1 for country. Morning KIX with Randy and Jen.
So with school winding down for a lot of the kids this week, I know parents are looking forward to summer camps and things for their kids to do this summer.
Yeah, that's the great savior of the summer, isn't it?
We'll talk more about it after Dustin Lynch.
On KIX. was like, what are we doing? What are we doing? Yeah. You have more friends. I do have more friends. No. This is one of my daughters. She's the one that's the firefighter. That is, I mean, that's not her only job, but
I don't know how you have time for all this, Candace.
she's got my work ethic is why. Like, go, do.
Y'all can't be still.
No, I got it from my dad. They got it from me. It's work your butt off until your fingers are bleeding. So,
What do you think? Are you loving it?
she seems to be.
Yeah.
It has become your new passion, getting smoke in your hair.
Yeah, Megan comes and visits when the cameras are off. She did come see us 2 weeks ago.
She has to. I mean, she has to wait until the cameras are off. It's the new law. Candace is the sweet child. She always has been the sweet child. She was my buddy when it was just me and her. We used to sit on the retainer wall at the house that she grew up in was a earth home, and it had retainer walls and all this landscaping with terrace landscaping. And we'd go out and sit on the wall and eat popsicles for an hour or two before nap time after she'd come home from daycare. So I'd pick her up after I got through with my radio show, get her, we'd come home, we'd eat flavor ice out there on the wall and have the most deep philosophical discussions, me and this 2-year-old, out on the wall. And I would explain to her the realities of life,
Like what?
Like the reasons why fathers are better than moms.
Oh, okay.
Things like my particular style of guitar playing and the way I do it is more profound than other styles of music and things like that.
She says it's my act of service and way of serving, if that makes sense.
You don't see her text. She's on Facebook is why, Woody. So you have to look over on the comments on the video, over there to see hers. She's on Facebook because she doesn't realize that YouTube exists. Now, to be honest, where she lives, their internet's not the best. So it might be a challenge getting
Did they get YouTube out that way?
Function on there, yeah. Look at the big boy chat, Major. Look at the big boy chat, Major.
Are your littles done with school, Candace?
Yeah, when are they out of school? By the way.
Okay.
The way. I want to get a picture and show her family. I don't think I have it in my... So her Peyton.
We have 7 seconds.
What the heck has the boy been doing? He looks like he's lost 50 pounds. KIX 102.5, the 4 states, #1 for country. Morning KIX with Randy and Jen.
Sunshine with highs in the mid-70s today. It's 59 in Joplin.
And we'll give you a look at the weather forecast and 4 states news in just 24 minutes.
Plus, in the next hour, we want to know, what is the key to a successful relationship?
I mean, we know there's a lot of keys, a lot of essential things that have to happen for a successful relationship. But what would you say is the essential thing? This has to happen.
623-1025 to call or text or tell us on Facebook.
Plus, we're still getting you signed up for tickets to go see Alabama in concert at Thunder Ridge Nature's Arena this Sunday.
And all you got to do to get entered to win those is text the word tickets to 417-623-1025.
But it is getting to be summertime, which means most of the schools are letting... Is it this week that they're ending?
Yeah, I know some of the schools ended last week, but a lot of them are ending this week. Like, they go to school today, and then there's a half day tomorrow, and then the kids are done. They're out for the summer.
Some of them are even ending today, I know. What about your kids? When do they get out?
Tomorrow's the last day. They have a half day tomorrow.
Okay, so this is getting to be that time when you're trying to figure out what to do with them, right?
Yes, and I'm very thankful that there are so many summer camp options around here to keep my kids busy. Because that is what I'm like, what am I going to do with my kids for 2.5 months?
Here's what happens. Okay, summer camp doesn't really kick in until what, mid-June or somewhere around in there?
Unfortunately,
so you have to have them home for like 2 weeks, and that is about a week and 5 days too many.
That's when you're going crazy, and they're going crazy, and the dogs are going crazy.
Everybody is so grateful that there are summer camp options, because without them, I mean, your children might not make it to adulthood, right?
You might pull all your hair out.
Or pull all their hair out, which, by the way, you can't do that.
Don't do that. That's not nice.
You're not allowed to pull all their hair out. Thank God for summer camp. They camp saving my life, babysit my children. Day camp saving my life. Take care of my children. Day camp, you are saving my life when you take my kids. Watching them while I'm working, running errands. It costs a lot of cash, but totally worth it.
It's Morning Kicks with Randy and Jen on the 4 states #1 for country.
KIX 102.5.
Yeah, holy cow. She says he weighs the same. Oh, I have to play something here.
Yes, you do.
Is it Labuso?
Yes. You hear the word well. That was good.
That's a plan put in place right there. No, we saw the picture, the Mother's Day picture that you put up of you and Greg and Peyton and
He's gotten
Murph.
tall.
Well, the thing is, he doesn't look that much taller than me. So
You don't
the
think so?
difference between Christmas, which was the
yeah.
last picture that Candace shared with me ever because no, I'm kidding. She does. She is actually one who shares. We have one of those camera picture frames, you know.
Oh, like the digital
Online
frames?
digital
Yeah,
frames,
those are cool.
so the kids can share pictures on there. So every now and then I'll walk by and have to stop and go, what? And I'll see some. She actually is one of the ones that does share pictures to the
Yeah.
frame. So, but the difference between Christmas and the Mother's Day picture, me and your mom were just like going, what happened? His
Mhm.
face has changed so much in less than 6 months.
Yeah, growth spurts
I
are
had-
nuts in kids.
I had to look twice. I'm like, what?
Mm-hmm.
And your mom, too, she was really freaked out. She goes, have you seen him? So, yeah, he's looking amazing. I remember going through that. Mine was nuts, though, because of a damaged thyroid gland. Boom, within literally clothes that had fit me fine, take off, wash, and then the next week when I went to put them on, no longer fit. Like 4 inches too short.
The haircut made a big difference, too.
Yeah, that may be what it
The
is.
llama hair?
Yeah, he had the llama hair. It
Like-
did the thing with the curls, and everything,
Oh, yeah.
What is it now? I can't remember what he did. Because I did not notice the hair. I was so distracted by everything else, I guess. And it probably was that being a major contributor.
Yeah.
But yeah, he looks, come here and look at this.
I think the boy's growing his hair out again because he's gotten into the habit where he wants to put this front part up into a ponytail. And all the soccer boys are doing it.
Weird. Okay, don't look, because I don't want you to have your be colored. Okay, look here. Is that not crazy? By the way, what's going on your upper left arm? I just saw that. Have you
seen that before?
have you been doodling? No, she didn't have that done. Which looks like mom's lost some weight too. Okay.
Oh, it's not there in that
Yeah.
picture, yeah.
So what's happening up there on that upper left arm? Don't you know it's the right arm that you sleeve? Or is this one of your phone things?
Oh, she said she'll send it to you. So she was already going to send it to you.
Oh, okay. Well, I just showed her the difference between the two. The one with the ninja samurai swords stuff going on, whatever that was.
He's going to be taller than Greg before too long.
Maybe. Ha ha! I had it done in February. Well, you didn't ask me. I would have been all in favor for it. Do not encourage disrespect from my children.
Okay.
You will toe the line, Missy. It's for the spirit in a bouquet. Smell that? Oh, that's not what that is. Never mind. I can't really see it well enough. Is it not done yet? It's obviously not done there, but
Okay, I'm stopping the ticket so we can call our
I
winner.
think he may be taller than Greg. Greg's wearing a hat in that picture.
Is he already taller than Greg? Okay, there's our winner.
He looks younger now than he did previously. Okay, we getting ready to call?
You think so?
I think he does. Yeah. His face got slimmer and it made it look younger, I think.
I think he looks more teenaged.
I think he looks like he's 4 in the face. No, it's not shaded. No, it's not.
Maybe
I'm going to ground her. That's right. That's it. Go to the corner. You stand there until it. No, that's not going to work because I'll fall asleep.
Oh, I've heard that story.
He is much taller than me, but not Greg yet. Okay. All right. Let me find. See if we can get a wiener. Hi, Jeanette. What you doing? Oh,
Ooh,
isn't that
yes.
stupid that you have to wait for coffee? It should come to you when you first get out of bed, shouldn't it? It should. Why can't we have that? Why is that not a thing?
Why are you not making that a thing?
Why
Greg?
don't
Get
they-
on it, please.
Listen, if they would put me in charge of more things like this, we would have things like this. Totally agree. So, do you take your coffee frou-frou or do you do it black like God intended? Oh,
yes,
come
a little
on,
bit of frou-frou.
Jeanette.
That's the way to take your coffee.
Man up, Jeanette.
Oh, please.
It'll put hair on your chest.
I don't know that she wants hair on her chest.
She should have hair on her chest. I mean, think she could have an alternate career option with the circus then if what she's doing right now didn't work out. What are you doing right now, Jeanette? Waiting in line for coffee.
You know, honestly, I think what she would really would want instead of hair on her chest would be tickets to go see Alabama in concert live this weekend.
Congratulations, Jeanette. You're going to go see him Sunday night at Thunder Ridge and Nature's Arena.
Just tells us the 4 States Concert Connection.
All right,
That is-
Jeanette, we got to get a little more information from you.
Actually, honestly, all I think I need from you is your street address. And I think we got everything else.
And your bank account routing number.
No. We don't need that.
Well,
just
come
the street
on.
address. Yes, please. All right. It looks like we got everything else. And your email is your name and then more84, and it's a Gmail? Yes. Okay. Yep. So you are going to receive these tickets in your email from national@zrimarketing.com. And typically the way they do this is they send them all out at once. So if you don't have them on Friday, make sure to double check your spam folder because sometimes Gmail will flag them as spam since we send them all at once. And if you don't have them by like Friday mid-morning, make sure to call our clearance office at 624-1025, and they'll be able to make sure you get your tickets. Yeah, congratulations. Enjoy the show.
Thank you.
Yep, take care. Enjoy your coffee.
Yeah, thanks.
Bye-bye.
Let me see.
Why? That's what I sound like.
Yeah.
I don't think she wants to say. You're good. Keep going.
Go.
I took care of it.
What time do we?
Yeah, only if you were in charge.
So do you take your coffee? So do you take your coffee
What she really wants is the Alabama ticket. We had a lot of first-time winners for these tickets. Oh, Candace is over on YouTube now. I don't even notice.
What should she? What she did?
She's
what?
over on YouTube now. I didn't even notice until just now.
Come on.
My boy's talked about a rat tail. He's just not committed to it yet. Wait, which one has a rat tail? Little man? Started as a little ducktail and every haircut. Says he's going to keep it. That's adorable. Peer pressure. Just tell us.
Done. I'm done. Okay, here's Candace's
for real?
tattoos.
Better not get him in trouble.
You're
'cause that's when the
officially a
girls like
sailor
to
now.
braid it at recess. Okay, what are the words? I'm trying to read it. You keep moving it. Okay.
Well, just here, read it.
I can't. You keep moving it.
Read faster.
Candace, what are the words on your tattoo?
Sailor girl. Oh, those are words. Well, they're backwards. You can't read them because her phone, you can
it
change
inverted the
that.
picture.
If you go into your camera settings, you can make it to where it is not
They
inverted
just grow
like
fast.
that. Why don't people do that? Imbalaflimis, Kandastolb, and Stalacomedy. Kabooties? Kaboonis? Does that say kaboonis? Doesn't that say kaboonis? Kaboonis.
It says kaboonis, yes.
One word, kaboonis. Kaboonis. This one is soft contours. Soft contours.
It says self-control.
Soft contours.
Love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control.
Inabness.
Good gracious.
And this one says
We got to talk on the radio. We got 11
Twillity.
seconds. It does not say Twillity.
I don't know.
Here we go. Thank you, Megan.
Cottonness.
3 seconds.
KIX 102.5, the 4 states, #1 for country. Morning KIX with Randy and Jen.
Sunshine with highs in the mid-70s. Today it is 59 in Joplin.
And we'll give you a look at the forecast and 4 states news in just 9 minutes.
Plus, in the next hour, we want to know, what do you think is the essential key to a successful relationship?
623-1025 to text or tell us yours or tell us on Facebook. What do you think is the key?
You can also tell us on Facebook.
What do you think is the key?
623-1025.
What do you think is the key?
Really good communication, I think, is a huge part of it.
So, failure breakdown in here this morning, right?
Story of our lives on Morning KIX, please.
What do you think is the essential key?
623-1025 to call or
What
text.
do you think is the essential key?
You can also tell us on Facebook.
Tell us the essential
What do you
key.
think is the essential key?
I think it's essential that we give away tickets to go see Alabama this Sunday night at Thunder Ridge at Nature's Arena.
We've been getting folks signed up, actually, and our system's just picked a winner. Shall we call?
Weird that the system picks the winner. How does it do that?
It keeps it more fair, so we don't have to worry about it.
Is that what it does?
Yeah.
What else is it doing? Is what I want to know.
You don't want to know that.
Hello.
Hi, Jeanette. What you doing?
I am currently in line waiting for coffee.
Oh, isn't it
yes.
stupid that you have to wait for coffee? It should come to
Yeah.
you when you first get out of bed, shouldn't it?
It should, yes.
Why can't we have that?
Why are you not making that a thing?
Why
Right?
don't
Get
they-
on it, please.
Listen, if they would put me in charge of more things like this, we would have things like this.
Yeah, only if you were in charge.
So, do you take your coffee frou-frou or do you do it black like God intended?
Oh, definitely not black.
Oh,
Yes,
come
a little
on,
bit of frou-frou.
Jeanette.
That's the way to take your coffee.
Yeah.
Man up, Jeanette.
Oh, please.
It'll put hair on your chest.
I don't know that she wants hair on her chest.
She should have hair on her chest. I mean, think she could have an alternate career option with the circus then if what she's doing right now didn't work out. What are you doing right now, Jeanette?
Waiting in line for coffee.
You know, honestly, I think what she would really would want instead of hair on her chest would be tickets to go see Alabama in concert live this weekend.
Congratulations, Jeanette. You're going to go see him Sunday night at Thunder Ridge and Nature's Arena.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Just still sees the Four States Concert Connection.
KIX 102.5.
Major. He said, fair warning, Candace, Jimmy's in this chat. It's best to ignore her.
That's right. It's good advice.
Dangle dangle, zippity doo dah, lippy dippy doo dah, doo ha. One of our engineers had a TARDIS shirt on the other day, and oh, it was great. Raiding the fridge is key, says Megan.
See, there was the llama hair.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's how I saw him, wasn't it?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Didn't he have the llama hair when I saw him last year?
Oh!
Say pink office grass?
What?
Thought he said something about pink office grass.
So tomorrow night is the debut of the... Man, why can't I remember the name of that movie? That's on Apple TV.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
John Krasinski. We've talked about it.
We've talked about it like every day.
Yeah. Fountain of Youth. Fountain of Youth comes out Friday.
I think it's called Fountain of Youth.
It's called Fountain of Youth.
Or maybe it's the Fountain of Youth.
Which yesterday, one of my other daughters, my oldest daughter, Amber, she contacted us and let us know that Disney, so we've shared our Disney account. The only reason we've kept the Disney account is because, like, we share it with Candace and with Amber and with Lauren, let them use it, for their kids. Because it is expensive, and that was one thing we could pay for and allow them to enjoy.
Sure.
And Amber uses it a lot because she's got really, really young kids. She's got the new baby, and she's got Hangadine. And so yesterday, when she went to go to the channel, Disney said, it looks like this TV is not part of the household.
Really? Oh, Disney's
Could you
down.
confirm or create this as a new household based on your location? Or are you away from your household? Would you like to create a temporary allowance, which I assume will only last for a few days?
Right. So what'd she do?
She was in a hurry, so I don't think they got it resolved. She was taking care of it with my wife.
Mm-hmm.
So this is something that Disney and all of your streaming platforms are getting ready to go towards to crack down on sharing, password sharing. So based on your GPS location, which you have to give them allowance for, if you use a VPN, it will still detect. You'll have to do it every single time if you use a VPN. Because they'll be like, set this up as a new household. You're not in the same place you were last time, and blah, blah, blah. So they're doing this to crack down on password sharing. If that is the case, and I'll let Candace know, and they do not let us, if we can't find a way around this, then we'll cancel it. There's no way the only reason we paid what we paid for, and I think it's like 26, something like that.
Yeah, it's not cheap.
It's stupid. And it's not that great of a channel in the first place. And it's great for kids, but for
Got
adults.
all that Star Wars stuff on it that you like.
That's all right. I can do without it. Or we'll sign up and use it for 1 month and drop it.
Yeah.
That's what's going to have to start happening with a lot of these channels. You can no longer keep a monthly subscription with them. Do them for a month, get rid of them as soon as they get rid of their content.
That's pretty much what you do with Peacock, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is it Peacock or Paramount?
Peacock. No, Paramount we pretty much keep all the time because they, on an ongoing basis, have sustainable content. They put stuff out every single week.
Yeah.
But for these ones that don't do that, we're getting ready to say, heck with you.
Wow. Candace says Hulu doesn't even allow streams across a VPN.
No, they won't.
Jeez.
And I think Disney's the same.
Probably, because they're
Hulu
all
is owned by
together.
Disney. Jen used to share her Hulu password with me, and it quit allowing us to do that. So we knew this was coming. And it's even been asking me for confirmation every so often so it'll send an email and you have to put in the code, on the Roku.
That's so annoying.
So I don't know if we can find a way. I'm going to work with Amber and see if we can figure out a way around it, but I wouldn't be surprised the next time you guys go on that you face this. And we can set it up. What we do is we set this up as a temporary so you can watch it and use it. And if that works, then we can do that.
She's got her own Disney.
Why do I have an account? You've got a thing set up on our.
Well, she's got the Hulu HBO Disney bundle, so they've got their own
Disney bundle. I don't have.
Yeah, Candace, you should come to the next KIX launch, June 14th, 1:30 at Bricktown.
It'd be nice. You haven't been down here since Christmas.
Yeah, it was fun having you for our, well, not our last one, the one before that.
That was the last one, wasn't it?
No, we've had one since then.
Yeah, we have, haven't we? Yeah, we did. We did have one since then. Oh, that's nice.
That is super nice, Major.
Supposedly, I qualify for some deal like that, but I've never been able to get it. We never did it because the versions that they give you for free are all the ad versions.
Right.
And the channels that we already were paying for weren't. So they're the premium ones, and we didn't want ads. I get so mad during ads that I set the house on fire, and we can't afford that again.
June 16th is their wedding anniversary, so I don't know. It depends on events around then. Oh my gosh, what you can do is you can come down for the KIX lunch.
And celebrate your anniversary.
Leave the kids with Dude and Gigi.
Whoa, wait a minute.
And then you and Greg can go have a date night.
Stop with the stupid
Wouldn't
ideas.
that be so fun?
You know, we could do that. I mean, me and the guys, we could play video games in the studio, and they'd be okay with that. Because I haven't got to play games in a while, and that would be a good day. We could go just have like a video game marathon. That'd be fun. And I need to get further, and I've not played I need to get to finish Indiana Jones, which I think
you haven't finished that one yet.
Oh, I've not got to play anymore. I think Candace has already finished it. So we're sharing our Steam account. We can share that back and forth.
Yeah.
Which I went on there the other day, and there's like all these other games. I'm like, where did these come from? And I realized they're Candace's. No, wait, not drop and run, Megan. We will see. Boy, that had some authority behind it, didn't it? We will see. I have spoken.
No, she hasn't finished it yet.
Yeah, I'm
Wait. KIX
Thailand.
folks are getting together this morning. I feel left out.
Who's getting?
I don't know. Kathy's going to Megan right now.
We are leaving a furniture maker here in Neosho. You know what that sounds like?
Welcome
that
back,
Kathy
Jimmy.
had a furniture maker with her, and they went into Neosho and just left him there. Uh-oh, Jimmy's back. Everybody be real quiet.
Good gracious. Yeah. She was at the one for your sister's birthday. And she brought her friend with her.
I know.
Yeah.
I just thought that was the last one. You little freak.
Just ring the doorbell and run.
Yeah. We'll have the pool open so they could come over and swim. Which we're getting ready to redo all of our concrete.
He's really excited about this. He talks about it.
I
every
am.
day.
Yeah, Jen loves it. She wants to please tell me more about the dyeing process. And I'm like, well, listen, there's multi-steps here.
He's already told me all about the dyeing process.
But I can tell you again, if
I'm
review for the test.
She's getting a kitty. Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm so excited.
Those are delicious, especially with noodles.
Pictures, please.
Noodles.
Rowan tried to drown last time.
He did. Yeah, he just jumped in, didn't he, with nothing on? And we're like, what? That was crazy. We've been redoing the fence where the squirrel was eating it. I'm going to kill that squirrel this year.
This will be the third or fourth time we've seen these pictures now.
Candace hasn't. Shut up, Jen. So been redoing the gate, and it now swings nicely. It does not drag on the ground anymore.
Well, you didn't show her the new handles and then the hinges and stuff.
Oh, my gosh. Well, she didn't care about that. Shut up. Don't enable, Jen. Stop it. Look at, she's being real passive-aggressive right now.
Can you do a before and after of the concrete, says Major?
Not right now, Major.
He will.
Do you think
Have you met Brandy?
Will you just shut your pie hole? This is the kind of attrition that I have to exist under. I suffer daily.
Right.
Well, you can suffer tomorrow by yourself. I'm not going to be here tomorrow. gonna need to borrow your cat for the squirrel. Yeah, all the cats. Well, the only one we had was Porkins. That was worth anything for that Porkins was an attack cat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Aslan was more of a throw pillow cat.
We'll see sunshine today with highs in the mid-70s. Mostly clear skies tonight with lows in the upper 40s. Sunshine, low 70s on Friday, with rain moving into the area overnight on Friday, sticking around through Saturday as we see a high near 72.
KIX 102.5 storm tracker radars not showing anything but clouds over the 4 states.
59 in Neosho, 63 in Pittsburgh, 68 in Joplin. To sign up for severe weather alerts, download the Zimmer Storm Center app.
So we're talking about the essential key to a successful relationship.
Yeah, what do you think that key is?
Key. Sorry, I'm thinking a key.
I know, I keep doing it too. The
Unlock
bronze
that, right?
key, maybe the silver one.
But what do you think has to happen for you to have a successful relationship?
623-1025 to call or text.
Here's Zach Brown Band.
On the 4 states, number 1 for country.
KIX 102.5.
Yay, Chris says they'll post pics by the bunch. Thank you.
Yeah. We found this stuff that is relatively affordable that you can re-dye the concrete and then seal over it. And it looks super, super easy to do.
Oh, gosh, famous last words.
I know.
Why
I
do you
know
do
I'm
that?
cursing myself, but
You really
all
are.
the videos, all the reviews, everybody's like, oh my gosh, this is so easy. An idiot could do it. And I'm like, I'm right here. I'm right here. So.
Oh, look at the kitties. They're so cute. And the little black one.
Those are delicious.
Gosh, you've got a lot of cats.
Yeah.
How many do you have right now?
I think I see a neutering in the future for the cat.
Oh, look at them all.
Good gosh.
They're so cute.
Looks easy. But it's literally, you brush it on with a push broom.
Do you guys know which one you're getting? Or are you just going to go and see which one connects with you? Or
It dries in about 2 hours, and then you can do the next color. And then after it dries about 2 hours later, you put the sealer on. And within 24 hours, it's...
some of these cats don't have tails. Are they part Manx?
No, they just weren't quick enough out the door.
It's so easy. A Marine can do it.
Right. That's not nice, Woody. Your mom, so she volunteered to make a number of origami cranes for work for some meeting that they have. That's why I remembered how to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to learn how to make origami cranes. And then we did one yesterday on the radio.
But you still haven't blown in it to puff it out.
I am not blowing
That's
in
what
the
you're supposed
butt.
to do. Look up
I
an
am
origami
not
crane.
blowing in the butt of the crane. That is not a thing. She says you're supposed to put your lips on the backside of the crane and blow real hard. And I think that's just something she does at the park.
Hey.
Manx.
Yep. We had a Manx growing up. She was not nice.
Are the crayons provided, or do you have to get your own snacks?
13 kittens, 3 mamas. Yes, another round of span. Good gracious. It's so easy. Randy could do it, says Chris.
So how are we going to do the movie assignment tomorrow?
Can I just call you?
No, I'll be sleeping.
How many days have I been off and you've called me for Jen's movie rehab?
So that's the assignment. I am the assigner. I should not have to suffer. You should have to suffer.
That doesn't make any sense. I like the idea that I just get to call you just a couple of minutes. You got to assign my
No,
movie and then you go
I will
right back
not.
to sleep.
My phone will be on Do Not Disturb.
Well, that's okay. I can assign my own movie.
No, that's not going to happen because we know what she would assign herself.
What's wrong with that?
That's not going to happen.
Major says pre-record today and then Jen can play it.
What? We don't do that. We don't do any pre-recording.
Has Jen seen
Content.
Jacob's Ladder?
No, but is
No?
that really that good of a movie? I don't know that. I mean, maybe eventually we get around to that, but there's so many. I mean, when you think of iconic prioritized movies, I wouldn't think Jacob's Ladder is that far up. I've seen Jacob's Ladder. That's the one about the alien abductions, isn't it? The one that happens in the Pacific Northwest.
What?
I'm pretty sure. No,
He says it's a war movie.
It's about the well, kind of. It's what was the name of the tests that they did back in the 70s that the CIA did on college people?
And they all kind of went crazy. And
Mhm.
yes, what was that? I had to learn about it in sociology.
Actually, this is. Yeah, I know I've seen it because it stars Tim Robbins, and I'm just having trouble remembering it.
Chris says no.
No, it's the one where he has hallucinations and everything, but it's from PTSD. It's not from the what was the name of those tests that they did? Anyway,
I can't remember
it's not
now.
part of those tests. It was part of his PTSD. He goes a little crazy and he has hallucinations and everything and a mental breakdown.
Mm-hmm.
And the end of it is just so stupid. You're like, that's it? I didn't think it was that great of a movie, honestly. And I don't think it's representative of a majority of PTSD experiences. I think PTSD manifests itself emotionally and behaviorally a lot more than it does through hallucinations and things like that.
Yeah,
I'm not saying
he says Vietnam vet.
Yeah, I'm not saying that doesn't happen, but I'm saying that's very rare, I think. Now, my next door neighbor, the guy who, you remember I was doing the documentary on,
right?
We were documenting his all of his Vietnam experiences. We got most of them done. So it was a series of interviews where I sat and interviewed him about, and then he talked about them. And he was able to do that in a way that he had never been able to share with his family or kids because it was formal. And because I was an unbiased, unclose, he's never been able to talk about it with anyone else. And in doing so, though, it brought back a lot of these things. He's now had to be institutionalized because he did have some of the hallucinations and things like that. I'm not saying it's impossible. KIX 102.5, the 4 states #1 for country. Morning KIX with Randy and Jen, 8:11.
We'll see sunshine today with highs in the mid-70s. It is 60 in Joplin.
We'll give you a look at the forecast in about 15 minutes, but we're talking about the essential key to a successful relationship.
Yeah, what do you think that key is?
You know, especially with wedding season getting ready to start.
Oh, yes.
Has started for some people.
Yeah, what advice would you give? You're like, you need this to have a successful relationship.
Got to have this. Thursday night whoopee time. That's what you got.
623-1025 to call or text.
Because there ain't no love in Oklahoma.
Poor Oklahoma.
Everybody's going over to Kansas.
Here's Luke Combs
on KIX 102.5. Thursday night whoopee time.
Mm-hmm. Hana. Okay, I'm done. Major says, where's the documentary? I want to see it. Yeah, that's what I say, Chris. Communication is incredibly important.
It was not a video documentary. It was a audio deal, and we did it primarily so that he could have this himself as kind of a memoir for his children. So after he dies, the plan is that this will be shared with his kids. They will be able to have this and hear a lot of the things that they've never heard before. Memories and recounts of things from his time in Vietnam. He was wounded severely in Vietnam and also suffered from Agent Orange poisoning. Mm-hmm. And so there it was done first. And then there is this podcast group from out of Texas that he was in talks with. I don't know if they ever got it or if he ever gave it to them or not, but they were kind of negotiating with him. He was finding out how would it be shared, what would it look like, what would they do with it, but they were asking for copies of this.
Mm-hmm.
So what we would do is we'd sit down and talk for about an hour and a half, have a couple of beers, sit around in the studio and talk. And then afterward, I would go through and clean that all up and put it together in I didn't want it to sound produced, so I didn't slick it up. I left a lot of gaps and pauses. I took a lot of me out, a lot of me prompting him. I had to do a lot of guiding to get him on track, and he would go off track. So when he would go off track, rather than get rid of that part, I would take that, move it over, and take those. I had to keep track of his off tracks, his tangents, and if they were consistently part of another story, I would include those as their own story. So trying to make each one to where it was just a story about this one particular thing. Like one of them was his first trip up the Da Nang and how they got attacked and held down by Viet Cong for 2 days, that story. But at times he would start talking about, the boats, the river boats that they were on. And he'd say these river boats were made primarily for this usage, which reminds me, we used to use those, and he'd go off and tell this other thing that would turn into 15 minutes of, and I never tried to discourage that, but I would make a note, go back and get that part, cut it out of the story, and then include it in the other more relevant story.
Right.
So it was a lot of organizing and putting it together and making that all flow like a normal conversation. So, and then he also did not have a very good mic discipline. So I was constantly having to pause, readjust, and I had to keep headphones on the whole time to listen. So I wanted it to be something he was proud of.
Right.
So we got a beginning, an end, and a lot of stories in the middle, but not all of them before he had his breakdown. And so I think we got most of the most important part, him getting wounded, the what did they call the day when Viet Cong made their surge into Saigon and all that area, when things really begin to go bad. He was in the hospital when that happened, and they were storming the city, and there he was trapped in the hospital, and how he escaped all of that. And big old mess. But we got all of those stories and got through all of that. What I really intended to talk about, we didn't get into very much, was the after effects after he came home. We talked a little bit. He got spit on in San Francisco by people in the airport.
Oh, that's so sad.
Yeah, it really was. But we had intended to talk about, like 3 or 4 years later, how was he seeing his relationship with his family changed as a result of that. You can't just ask that. You have to talk about things that lead into that. If they see you asking about that, then walls begin to come up, So I was leading to that gradually. And I'd gotten a few little tangents that he had gone off of and said later I could see how this affected, and I'd be like, make a note, but I never did get enough information to complete that part. So, and I don't think there is anywhere, I don't know what ever happened with that company out of Texas, which is it was a Vietnam vets organization that would put these stories up. And they had a website where you could access all of this and hear these stories, these guys talking about this, see videos of their lives now and stuff. And so I don't know if that ever happened.
I think it's really hard for those of us who, especially like me, I wasn't around during any time. I mean, I don't know much about the Vietnam War, to be honest with you.
I was 2 years old when it ended.
So I mean, I don't think it's possible for us to ever really understand the full depth of what that war did to those soldiers.
True, but I think we can see a little bit of it with the Afghani troops, soldiers, the guys who were in Afghanistan, and especially long-term postings, multiple missions there and everything, and what a frustrating situation that was. Very similar. In fact, Afghanistan was longer than Vietnam.
Oh, yeah.
So, which is hard to believe, but Vietnam was only like 6 years.
Do you think Afghanistan was as contested, though, as the Vietnam War was?
No, definitely not. It was contested, but it was kind of forgotten. After about 10 years, Vietnam or Afghanistan were like, we're still over there. And it became this police so it was almost like Vietnam backwards. It ended up being, Afghanistan ended up being what Vietnam started out being.
Yeah.
So.
All right, we got 5 seconds. Here we go.
KIX 102.5, the four states number one for country. Morning KIX with Randy and Jen.
Sunshine with highs in the mid-70s. Today it is 60 in Joplin.
And we'll give you a look at the weather forecast in just 6 minutes.
But we're talking about what you think is the most essential key to a successful relationship.
You got to have this to be able to have a successful relationship, whatever that is for you.
623-1025 to call or text.
What do you think you have to have for a successful relationship? Hi there, Morning KIX.
Communication.
Emancipation? From
No,
what?
no,
Slavery?
Randy.
Communication.
What'd you say?
Communication.
Mutilation? What?
No.
We're not talking well together. We've got to work on this.
Clearly, this is where he struggles.
What?
Yeah, exactly. What do you think is the key to a successful relationship?
A very big
Whoa.
sense of humor.
Ah, thank goodness. I was
Randy.
worried about where you were going. I feel such a sense of relief right now.
Uh-huh.
I bet you do too. What do you
What
What's
do you
wrong,
think
Jen?
is the
What?
key?
Hey, explain. Let's talk about your feelings for a moment. Let's
Sense of
communicate.
humor. Who
Okay.
doesn't love a big sense of humor?
Big old sense of humor. That's
I mean, I feel like people really enjoy a big sense of humor.
well. Make sure it's a sense of humor you can handle.
What do you think, Randy?
What? You and your filthy mind. I swear.
I said nothing.
What do
I
you
enjoy
think
a
you
sense of
have
humor.
to have a successful relationship?
Well, I like when I'm hanging out with my lady friend and we can both poop with the door open.
Wait, that's what makes a relationship great?
Yep.
Being able to poo with the door open?
You've got some really low standards. I like that.
It don't matter if it stinks or smells terrible. It's all love. It smells like love. I mean, I love her. She can poop with the door open. I don't care if she's sick, if she has nasty ones. I mean, I love that woman.
What you ought to get is like a bathroom with multiple toilets, two side by side.
There you go. That's
You can
so
hold
romantic.
hands while trying to work things out.
Literally.
What do you think is the key to a successful relationship?
623-1025 to call or text.
Or tell us on Facebook.
It's the four states and number one for country.
Where you can handle.
Mm-hmm.
So, well, yeah, and the stories to me were interesting because they were real insight. One of the things that the most interesting part was not the war stories.
Poor Candace.
What?
She goes, oh, my.
Oh, no, you got to say it right. Oh, my. Oh, my. The cool thing, he told a story about, so where they had their military base, he was put in charge of requisitions, which was, control like stuff that was coming in, coming out. So he had access to a lot of goods.
Mm-hmm.
So they had the officers club, but they did not have a club on base for the enlisted men. So they built their own. And he stocked it, and they would trade stuff. So they knew this base needed this particular thing, and they put in an order. Well, if you wanted to get that order, what are you going to do to sweeten the deal? So you might get a case of Jack Daniels or 20 cases of beer they would give you if you can get me this part or this thing. And in doing so, they literally stocked this club. They got a tent and they put it down out near the airfield where there was, grounds weren't being used and stuff. And this great big place where they had dances and bands. Got to where the officers were coming to this club and not going to their own. The other one was empty. And they got away with all of this. And that whole story was just crazy that they could pull this off. And I mean, the COs knew, everybody knew, they just let it go. And there were those kind of stories to me were more interesting, that just slice of life stuff,
Slice of life.
Yeah. And what really made me happy was after him stumbling and him hawing through all that, being able to take my linear way of thinking about things and approaching things and my notes and being able to put it together and listen back to it and be like, that was a really good story. And it was really well done, once it got done. He was very happy with it too. I would give him copies of them each week when he would come over and it'd be like, here's last week's. And he'd take it home and listen to it and go, wow. He goes, I don't remember that conversation going that way, but it really, he goes, that sounded so good. And he and I, we went and in exchange for this, not really that, but that, and I also helped mow their yard a little bit, and he would take me shooting out at one of the firing
Yeah.
ranges, which was very expensive, and he would pay for everything. And he had this huge collection of guns, which made me a little nervous at times. But he would be like, "What do you want to shoot this week?" And he would bring out these Russian handguns that he had and pistols and really rare German Lugers and things that we could go take over there. Brought an M16 that he had, not fully auto, but he, got to shoot that a few times. So that was really cool.
That is cool.
He was an Olympic sharpshooter in 1962, I think.
Wow.
Well, get your teddy bear, curl up with your blankie, and we'll hear another one in a little while. That is true. I am a doctor.
He's not a doctor.
I could tell you stories about the time I once got my hand stuck in a man's pelvis during a
what?
a hip replacement surgery.
Candace, is your dad a doctor?
She doesn't know.
She would know.
You can't. She's not lived at home in years. She doesn't have any
matter.
clue. This all happened long before she was around.
But you're not a doctor.
I
She would
was
really
a doctor. I taught at a medical hospital at the Mayo Clinic.
Legally?
Yeah, well.
Or did you just sneak in?
We were watching on Conan when he did Hot Ones, and he brought his own doctor with him, and they asked him, he said, are you a licensed doctor? He goes, I should be. And then he walks off, like that. So he goes, I've got the coat. So he would never really, what university, what medical school? It was a school. And he would go,
Kitty is in Kathy Land. Yay.
Oh,
my gosh. Which Kitty? Which one?
What's she going to ride first?
Which Kitty did she pick? Give me all of the details, please. Are there pictures? Okay. Fun drinking.
Hi there, Morning KIX.
Hey, this is Jason.
Hi, Jason.
Hi. How you doing, Jason?
Getting an early start today. Oh, it is Thursday, though.
I got up early because my mom had to go to work to do some paperwork, and then she'd be back home, and Dad had to run some errands, so I had to get up early. I got up about 8 o'clock.
Oh, man, that is
I wish
early.
I could sleep until
Yeah, I
8.
wish I could sleep in.
Did you get my text message?
Yes, we got all of those text messages.
That Megan Maloney has been through heck, and she lost her uncle in the 9/11 terrorist attack, so I'm wanting that in an envelope, and I wrote her a sympathy letter, and she said that during her concert, she said she dated somebody that treated her like garbage.
Oh.
She said to keep the FUCKING flowers, keep the flowers. So he turned around and gave him back the flowers. So you can keep the FUCKING.
Oh, my
Oh
goodness.
my gosh, Jason, we do not
Language.
tolerate that language. What?
Yeah, man, she's got a mouth on her, doesn't she?
She said that because she says she doesn't want somebody that she is treated like garbage, and he treated her like garbage. He gave her some flowers, and then treated her badly. She was a
Delicious.
bad person that she dated a long time ago, and they said if you want to keep the flowers, we'll give you back the flowers because you're a bad person, and I don't want you, so you can keep the FUCKING flowers.
Oh,
Okay,
do that one
Jason,
more time,
I've got to
man.
ask you to stop. We don't tolerate that language here, okay?
Well, he's spelling it. He's spelling it.
I mean, that's just hateful language, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Well, it wasn't him. He was just telling you what they said.
It's on YouTube, but
Gracious.
she said that she told her ex-boyfriend to keep the flowers.
Uh-huh.
She doesn't want him. She wants somebody that's nice and polite.
Well, good. Maybe that'll be you. You're nice and polite, right?
Some days.
Yeah.
And if somebody gets mad or mean, and they start cussing,
and he did it to let them know that do not do that, because if he start cussing and stuff, then that's not good. But
Not at all.
Not good at all.
she had to say a cuss word to let her ex-boyfriend know to keep the flowers, because he treated her badly, and
Right.
he wasn't a good person.
All right. Well, thanks so much for calling, Jason, and sharing that story.
It was amazing.
Have a great day.
Okay.
Gracious. Okay, so Candace says, if you let him tell you, he is not only a doctor, a nurse, a teacher, an officer of the law, possibly a dentist as well in some states. I'm not even sure he's a citizen in this country.
I have done dental work before. I have.
She says, also, I'm pretty sure it was his birthday 2 days ago. I didn't know
No,
that.
it was not. Now stop
Happy
it with
birthday.
that.
I'm
That's
sorry I missed
the
it.
kind of malicious rumor that gets all this other disbelief going. It was not my birthday 2 days ago. That's ridiculous. I would never make that claim.
Did you just use air quotes?
No, I had to scratch. I was like, shut up. I've realized that I accidentally, I don't know what you call that when it's a dot in the middle of the page.
A
instead
dot
of a
in the middle of the
period.
page.
So I thought when I built my keyboard that I had put a period. You see what that is? I don't know what that is, but I've been, and every
like a
time I
bullet
sign,
point.
I'm like, why is it doing it up there?
It's a bullet point.
So I had to go through and change it just now. It's working. I had the wrong kind of period. You ladies know what I'm talking about, right? Come on. You had the wrong kind of period. What is it? What time is it?
No,
it's still early. We got
no.
5 minutes yet. Before we get in the barfing. Yesterday was really bad.
I really thought I was going to throw
The
up.
salty.
Please don't bring it back up.
Okay.
No.
Speaking of bringing it up,
Oh, golly. Mm-mm. I'm trying to eat applesauce right now.
that's not going to help things.
Squeezable applesauce.
You know what else you can squeeze? Kittens. You get the same kind of consistency out of them when you do that. It's not my birthday, Jimmy. Don't you have a child lost in the woods that you have to go terrorize?
Corner, Randall.
Hey, not nice.
Candace says, get out.
Get out.
Get out.
Had it with your crap. Go.
Oh, my gosh. You did upchuck. You made Megan throw up yesterday.
You're welcome. Probably saved your life.
I'm so sorry, Megan.
Probably saved your life. I mean,
She's going through enough right now, and you're making her throw up.
I'm helping her
Good
purge
gracious.
her system. Not Tuesday or October. I don't know what that means, Megan, but it's great observances on your part. I mean, I'm glad that, nothing gets by you, that you're so hyper aware like that. Here.
Make sure while he's in the corner, go take a nap, Jen. Yes.
Well, if we do, then Candace knows what happens then.
Well, karma.
You get left in the corner for hours
Exactly.
until you're asleep. Laying in the
Uh-huh. Oh, I've heard that story so many times.
It's the shame and guilt that I bear. It's part of the trial that I carry with me.
I was close. Like, I had the burn in my throat yesterday.
Burn.
It was right there.
It was right up there. It was bubbling. It was bubbling up.
It was.
It was boiling up. You could taste the
Gross.
bile, the sour taste in your mouth. It's like mayonnaise, liquid mayonnaise, hot liquid mayonnaise
Okay,
on a warm
please.
July day coming
No more.
up.
We got it.
Okay.
Got it.
You brought it up. I'm just here to reinforce and help you see your reality.
One of these days, I actually am going to puke. It's going to happen.
It'll be projectile,
To you. I will aim it at you.
I
You'd be
was
like, "Well, look
watching
what you
a
did."
deal the other day, Triumph the comic dog, and they were
Oh,
at this.
yeah.
There's this hot dog place in Chicago that's world famous because they cuss at you, yell at you, they hit you, they just it's verbal abuse from the moment you come up. And what's his name that was on Parks and Rec? He played rednecky talking guy like this. And
I
he
haven't
was
seen Parks and Rec. I don't know.
real innocent. I think it was Parks and Rec. Anyway, they sent him up to order a hot dog, and they were abusive to him, about made him cry. So he came back later with Triumph, and Triumph was bad-mouthing back at him. So afterwards, they ate the hot dog, and he projectile vomited all over everyone. KIX 102.5, the 4 states #1 for country. Morning KIX with Randy and Jen, 8:33.
Wanting to know what is the key to a successful relationship?
623-1025 to text or tell us.
You can also tell us on Facebook.
Here's Low Cash.
On KIX 102.5. Can you move the mouse, please?
It made people mad. All over them. Women's hair.
Gross.
So wet. Whatever.
Okay. I've got a trash can to my right, yeah. Megan says, was it her
I have a trash can to my right.
Was it rude? Was it her friends you scared so bad at the sleepover?
Candace says, yes, it was. Do you remember that, Candace?
Did that really happen, Candace?
Do you remember your first big sleepover, and I snuck in there with the chainsaw and the glow-in-the-dark skull mask and everything, and the one girl puked?
Awful. The karma for that is your grandchildren standing over your bed at 2 a.m. not blinking or saying a word.
It's time. It's
You're like,
time. He has arrived, yes, with the chainsaws.
Good gracious.
Candace was also the one that came out and asked me about sex. You remember that?
No.
I was outside working on the mower and had some problem, something going on, and she come out and she said, Daddy, what is sex? And I was like, oh my gosh, because she was like 4, and I'm like, but I'd heard from everybody that when a child approaches you like this, part of a responsible parenting is to treat them. They've had the maturity to ask the question, then you need to address this properly. So I began to explain to her about when a man and a woman, when they love each other and when attraction begins to arise, and a man and the erection, there's sweat and certain feelings and juices begin to happen and flow and everything. And she's sitting there just looking at me like this, with this horrified look on her face and almost tears in her eyes, and grabs her by the hair.
I don't think this is what you think it means.
And the finger gets out of place and all of the things that, I went through everything that I could.
Finger out of place.
A very mature manner, and the sandwiches later. And anyway, she's near tears. I was like, honey, why are you upset? And she's like this. And I said, why did you even ask that anyway? And she goes, Mom told me to tell you dinner will be ready in a couple of seconds.
Oh, no.
She said,
she
no.
Flipped the recliner?
Yes, flipped the whole recliner over. I took the chain off, just to be safe. And I never got close to them. I was on the other side of this. We had this rock wall that led into the living room as a separator. Had planter in the top of it. So I was hiding behind it. And I had my wife ready to turn the light on and off when I jumped up with the chainsaw.
Did you have angry parents calling you the next day? Like, why did you do that?
Yeah, but it did achieve the goal of no kids wanted to come stay at her house.
Morning, Shiala.
KIX 102.5, the 4 states #1 for country. Morning KIX with Randy and Jen.
We'll see sunshine today, highs in the mid-70s. It is 60 in Joplin.
And we're wanting to know, what do you think is the absolute essential key to a successful relationship?
623-1025 to call or text.
What do you think it is? What for you anyway?
You got to find someone of your own brand of crazy.
Find your own brand of crazy, right?
Wait a minute. Are you accusing Randy's wife of being as crazy as he is?
Hey, don't question it.
It works.
She's a quiet crazy, which we all know is the more dangerous kind.
That woman is a saint for putting up with you the way she does.
As far as you know, either that or she takes it out in some other way and you don't know where the bodies are hidden.
What do you think is the key to a successful relationship?
Obedience.
Obedience. Well, I don't.
Wait a minute.
Kneel and deliver.
That's right.
What do you think is the most crazy, or what do you think?
Yeah, there you go.
What do you think is the key to a successful
The
relationship?
definition of a Freudian slip is
Randy?
when you say one thing, but you mean your mother.
I meant the key to a successful relationship.
Yes.
Nothing about your mother.
Communication.
Medication?
You need to be on medication.
Why?
Communication.
Oh, manifestation.
No, Randy.
No, communication.
That's what I said. What do you think is the essential key to a successful relationship?
My wife and I, we would color on the same page of a coloring book, see how we could work together and do the same issue. It was a lot of fun, and it took us a little while, but we learned how to do it together, and we've been married 18 years this year.
Oh, this would never work for me. I'd be like, give me the green crayon. That's my part of the picture.
I think it's a great idea.
Thank you.
Or we'd be coloring on the same page in the same picture, and I'd start pushing over. And
You just
we'd
keep running
pushing
into each
up the
other.
lines.
For you, what is the key to a successful relationship?
You have to be smart about who you get in the relationship with in the first place, because you can't go into it thinking, oh, well, he's going to change. Oh, well, I just need someone to settle him down. You got to be way smarter than that.
Preventative medicine rather than a cure.
Oh, totally.
Right. So what do you think is the essential key to a successful relationship?
623-1025 to call or text.
Or tell us on Facebook.
It's the 4 states number 1 for country.
KIX 102.5.
Yeah, when you coming to visit? When you coming? She la 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 la
La
la.
la 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 la. She lives in California. She
La, 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 la. That was good.
Sheila lives 20 hours away, and she visits more than Megan does, right?
Yeah, that's Megan's
Yeah.
green crayon. That's true.
That's the thing is about you take it for granted until you're far away. These people all take it for granted, Woody. They just don't know how good they have it.
Mm-hmm.
They literally,
That's true.
they just spit on these opportunities. They poop on these opportunities. They
Gross.
they go over and they cop a squat.
Okay,
They sit
okay.
over-
You don't, man. We do
What?
not
I'm trying.
need you to paint the picture.
I thought we were talking about coloring. Oh,
Not
we now
pooping.
are gay apparel. La 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 la. She dresses gay.
Okay. Oh wait, she retracted that message.
What? Who did?
Candace.
No, it's right here.
If you go to the actual YouTube page, she.
Because she said
Retracted.
gay. And it's Dawn, not Fawn. Woody would. And that's one of the things we
That's
appreciate
probably
about
why
you
she
not
deleted
living
it, because
here.
she said Fawn instead of Dawn.
Mm.
See, she,
I like Fawn.
Dawn. We now are gay
I think
apparel.
Fawn was better.
Fun, 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 fun.
Sheila dresses in gay apparel. Sheila la 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 la. And clock in.
July is when she's coming down. Okay.
I love a good pie chart. My favorite kind is apple pie chart. I like, and it's pronounced chart, not chart.
Ew. Okay, we need to know when you're going to be here in July so we can have a KIX family lunch that day, okay?
Wait, we're having one in June. We can't have another one in July.
Sure we can.
No, we can't.
This one is for Shalala.
Shalala's like, what? What, Randy? What? We made a song about your life, Shalala, and you're now required to sing it by law.
Why are you trying to confuse her?
I'm not. We did. These are all things that happened. Were you not paying attention? Jen, put your finger on the word.
What word?
One you're trying to read.
I have no word.
No word at all. So next week, not only will be with Baba Sim Baba Boom Baba Ding Dong, we'll be getting
What?
you signed up for the O'Reilly Outlaw VIP giveaway, but we also have VIP tickets that we're going to be giving away on air.
That's true.
So we're going to be doing 12 pair starting Tuesday of those on air. How are we going to do that? Probably KIX apping it.
I'm sure.
Yeah, probably that'll be on the KIX app because we're going to be texting to win for Eli Young Band tickets
Mhm.
all week too.
Randall wears the shortest shorts. That's right. Candace, have you seen your father's shorts?
They're not short, okay?
They're really
This is-
short, and he actually wears them in public inside
Wait,
cave.
wait. We have proven time and time again that this is an acceptable normal length.
We have video of him in these shorts, and he's like swaying his hips, and he is just so in. Okay, what are you doing?
They're like this short, which is normal. That is normal.
Normal.
This is normal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
This length
You keep making them go shorter.
Now, when you're an old man, this is where you wear them.
She says, for shame, shame, shame.
Shame
Or
on
is
you.
it Game of Thrones shame? Shame,
Shame.
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 And yeah, and I have to walk in my short shorts through town. Cersei!
See, we all know they're all
They
short
are
shorts.
not short shorts. You ladies are obscene and are obsessed. Get your eyes off my cahoots.
Nobody wants eyes on your cahoots, but you can't miss them
Somebody
with tiny
was
little
running
shorts.
a camera filming my cahoots and zooming in going, row, row.
Mm-mm. Look at them flaunting all that business. What was it? She is still shaming you.
Here,
Shame.
Here.
Oh, that was pretty good.
Thank you.
Did you drink your Red Bull yesterday?
Yes, I did. Thank you. I saved
You're
it
welcome.
for yesterday evening.
You were saying
So-
all morning you wanted.
I know I did, but when and Jane went and got me a Red Bull, but when she brought it by, it was like almost 11 o'clock, and I'm like, I don't want to take it now. I won't be able to take a nap this afternoon. And I thought,
gotcha.
but I will need it this evening, so it did help a lot last night.
Good. Did you play last night?
Yes,
Yeah.
we had no keyboard player,
Yeah. What'd they do about that?
so they asked me to play, and I'm like, nope, not doing that. It's
Mm-hmm.
not familiar enough with the music to do that. I told him, I said, if this is something you want me to do, I can start working towards that, but I really would rather not. And he said, well, we'll talk about it, So
Yeah.
what they did was they ran stems. So the keyboards were pre-recorded.
Candace says, stop that.
Stop what? The Elvis impersonation?
Yeah, his shorty shorts and his little dog, and yeah.
I don't know what you're saying here, what you're doing. I think Candace is talking to them.
With the claws.
Stop it.
What claws?
Santa Claus.
I don't know. You pee a lot faster than I do. And he's gone. Just the Elvis thing. All right, so tomorrow, Randy is going to be gone. It's just going to be me flying solo. Talking about the craziest thing you ever accidentally left on your car. We'll have Jen's movie rehab, in which I signed myself Good Will Hunting, of course. The Morning KIX Challenge. We'll have the Gambino's Pizza gift card. We'll have the Andy's gift card. And we'll have Alabama tickets. So this is like a huge prize pack that we're giving away. It's like an entire date night. Get some pizza, get some ice cream, go to a concert. So we'll do that at 7:50 tomorrow. And then Secret Sign, of course, at 7:20. And don't forget, tomorrow is the last day for Secret Sound guesses at 4:20. And then starting next week, we move them back to just 7:20. You still have 45 seconds. Shoes are very cool. Yeah. They look good. Major says, I should buy you that movie every year.
What movie? Oh, yes, you should.
Good Will Hunting.
She's not allowed. In fact, we checked the other day. I had her bring it and show that the plastic was still on it.
I'm not allowed to even open it. It's kind of a weird thing that my job will not allow me to watch Good Will Hunting now, but here we are.
That's right. She knows the consequences if she does. We cut her hair.
Don't touch my hair.
KIX 102.5, the 4 states, #1 for country. Morning KIX with Randy and Jen.
Wanting to know, what do you think is the key to a successful relationship?
623-1025 to text or tell us what it is for you.
You can also tell us on Facebook.
Here's John Party.
On KIX 102.5.
KIX 102.5. On KIX.
KIX.
Why are you moving all the time? Why are you standing still all
Wait,
the
why
time,
are you
Sheila?
moving the time? Moving
Which
what
hair?
time?
What does that mean, Candace? What do you mean, which hair? We're talking specifically about her facial hair, her beard, her mustache.
You know what MJ said to me the other day? He was like, oh, you got a little mustache right here. And I was like, why are you trying to fight me today?
He told me about it.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
Stinking MJ.
I told him. I said, she's quit using the Nair stuff, I think. You have, haven't you? Isn't that what? So who in your family line is Italian? The left one. Yeah, the left hair. Off the rails it goes. Whee!
What do you put the chair down? What are you doing?
I had to move it over there.
Was it bothering you that much?
No.
Okay, then why'd you move it? You gonna go back and get it now? Why are you picking it up and carrying it? It has wheels. You could just roll it. Are you okay?
I don't know. Yes, her sad eyes. Isn't that, Woody? I agree totally.
Mm-hmm.
When I get that look or this look. Which all of the women that I have ever known, all are capable of this look.
Imagine that.
It happens at multiple times. The most predominant one is usually honeymoon or
Honeymoon.
anniversary night or, or
The chair needed the corner. He didn't even put it in the corner. He put it on the other side of the counter.
I put it on the other side of the counter. The confused look, the disappointed look, the okay, I've about had it look, the I'm getting ready to barf look. All of those are things
The
that
I've given up look and just accepted that.
That's where she's at right now. It's like you can watch the stages of denial happen.
Mm-hmm. Because you deserve the look.
Because I have all the
That's
looks.
true.
Psh, psh. Oh,
So
Pasha.
she always says she's going to buy me Goodwill Hunting and then I can open it.
I want a
He
t-shirt.
won't let me. He won't let me open it. Even
I
if
want
you
a
give it to me.
t-shirt that says, oh, Pasha.
Oh, Pshaw. You can
Wouldn't
make
that be
one.
cool? Yeah. KIX 102.5, the 4 states, #1 for country. Morning KIX with Randy and Jen, 8:50.
We'll see sunshine today with highs in the mid-70s. It is 60 in Joplin.
And we've got the Morning KIX takeover starting in just 5 minutes.
So make sure to go on the KIX app or the KIX website and vote for the songs that you want to hear this morning.
But we're talking about what do you think, at least, is the key, the essential key to a successful relationship?
623-1025 to call or text.
What do you think it is?
Trust.
Trust. You've got to have a financial trust
No,
setup.
Randy.
That's
Yes,
what he's
sir.
talking. Money in the bank. That's right. You need to have that set up for
That's not
retirement.
what he's talking about.
When they die later, you're going to need that money
No, not a trust fund. Having trust and, respect with one another.
Yeah, you hear what you hear, I hear what I hear.
What do you think is the key to a successful relationship?
Acceptance.
Yeah, see, it's going to look that way, and there's
Randy!
nothing you can do about it.
That's just the way it is. You might have had some high expectations, this or that or whatever. They just didn't work out, but you're just going to have to accept that fact.
See, that's what he was talking about.
Yeah, I'm sure that's what he was talking about. Yeah.
Well, he even reaffirmed it.
For you, what is the key to a successful relationship?
Expect less, but give more.
Expect less, give more.
Sounds like a bad investment portfolio package. It's like, that didn't work out, did it?
What do you think is the key to a successful relationship?
I think that communication doesn't mean just listening to the other person, but hearing the other person.
Yeah, most people don't listen with the intent of understanding. They listen with the intent to reply. Right, Randy?
What'd you say?
Yes, absolutely.
What do you think is the essential key to a successful relationship?
I think one of the most important things for a successful relationship is not to be too clingy.
Give them their space.
Give them their space. Live your own life, too.
They might confuse you for something that came off in the dryer.
Right. Yes.
What is the essential key to a successful relationship, at least in your opinion?
Termination.
Wait, did she say termination?
Determination.
Oh, like, I'll be back.
No, like determination. Determined to beat that guy into what I originally had planned if it's the last thing I do.
Determination to make it work.
Yeah, okay, sure.
I mean, same thing, right?
Sure. What do you think is the essential key to a successful relationship?
623-1025 to text or tell us on Facebook.
Got the Morning Kicks takeover starting in just 4 minutes.
On the 4 states, number 1 for country.
KIX 102.5. Okay. Hi there, Morning Kicks. What's going on, Jason? Compromise, which is essentially what she did when she got together with you.
Jeez.
Which also involves a lot of compromise.
Ain't that the truth?
When at the end of it they go, well, that didn't go the way I thought it was going to. That's compromise. Right on, man.
Still working out for you. Very good.
Thanks.
You called him Jason.
I know.
All right, so tomorrow, talking about the craziest thing you ever left on your car. Also, Morning Kicks Challenge at 7:50.
Got to figure out how we're going to do the movie assignment since I'm not going to be here.
I'll handle it. Don't worry about it. And then
no, you
we'll
will
have
not
Secret
handle
Sound
it.
at
You're not
7:20.
going to handle it.
And don't forget, Morning Kicks Challenge is Gambino's Pizza, Andy's, and Alabama. Stop doing that.
We don't need you
Alabama
to handle
tickets.
it. There's no need to handle it. There will be no handling of it.
So have a great day.
Can we not work this out? Let's just figure out what
No,
we're going to do here.
We're not going to. It's your day off. I'll handle it.
It's
You
no handle
day
it.
off. It's
No
big deal.
handle it. No, we got to figure this out. We will
We don't
have
need to figure it out. It's your day off.
this out.
I will take care
What are you
of
doing
it.
for the Morning Kicks Challenge? I want to know these things.
I don't know. Probably the gargle.
I think you ought to do classic country theater.
Me?
Yeah, I think you ought to do like a weak attempt.
Oh, thanks. Golly.
Well, I mean, let's be realistic. You weren't trained at Juilliard.
I mean, that part's true.
Like me. So you weren't a classical performer in the London Shakespearean Round Theater.
But neither were you, so it's okay.
I didn't say I was.
Okay.
Why do you have to be so negative all
I'm
the
not
time?
being negative.
Always pointing out the obverse.
Anyway, the obverse.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everybody. Wait a minute.
Bye, everybody.
Wait a minute.
What's the matter?
There's